the fees, which may involve, some closing costs, some legal fees. It varies from area to area. And then add that up and see how long is it going to take me to recoup that.
Is it 18 long enough?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it going to be 18 months before? In other words, you're going to get a saving per month that may be $200, $300, depending upon the size of the loan. How long is it going to be before you cross the line that the expenses of the refinancing have now been paid for by the savings of the loan?
Well
if it's, say, within 2 years, and you're going to be there for quite a long time, then it makes a lot of sense.
If you're there for 3 weeks, it's not going to do it.
I'll give you an example. There are people with adjustables who, if they just hang on for another few months, the adjustable is about to adjust downward. I sometimes hear from people who want to refinance out of the 10 1/4 adjustable. In fact, that may be a 9% loan in February.
Yeah,
we'll come back and talk about that again.
No cost to them. One other thing, Ralph, in regards to your questions to interest rates, it's my personal opinion that we're going to start seeing them go up. It's either going to be a horrific deflation in this country, or they're going to have to spurt things up by kind of steaming up inflation. So I think the bird in the hand, I don't know, Ken Hardy, if you agree or not, is always worth 2 in the bush.
I like that idea right now.
Write some extra columns so you can come back, okay? Here, get a couple of columns ahead, all right?
Okay.
Ken Hardy, thanks a lot.
A real pleasure having you. We'll take a break here for Phones Across America and follow up all the way through Real Estate Tuesday. Take a look at the mortgage interest rates, the national average on the 30-year fixed, 1-year adjustable, according to HSH Associates, and where by region of the country you can get your best rate.
We finally matched the face with the column.
That's right.
Nice guy, I like
I've been reading him for years. Great stuff. He really knows his real estate.
All right, let's get
cold.
where are we going?
We're going to Arkansas for our first Phones Across America. Nell, welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Would you be kind enough to tell me how we go about getting the names of top mutual fund advisory letters?
Good question. And a good place to start would be with Mark Hulbert, who writes the Hulbert Financial Digest. He tracks roughly 125, maybe a couple more than that, newsletters each and every month. And what he basically does is take newsletters that make recommendations, uses computer models to do exactly what those recommendations are, and then reports the statistical findings to subscribers. So by subscribing to his newsletter, you're going to see on a month-to-month basis those mutual fund newsletters that make recommendations and how they stack up.
Yeah, there's some very good newsletters, Nell. Jay Shabacher's Mutual Fund Selector, Ken Weber's Fund Advisor. Anyway, here's the number if you got your pencil, Nell, for the Hulbert Financial Digest. Which
now, it's going to cost.
Well, yeah, but nothing
Make
for free.
Make it a free one if you ask.
But if you ask,
nicely.
Maybe use our name.
Yeah.
They probably charge you double. Here's the number, 703-683-5905. That's 703-683-6905.
No, 5905.
59. Let me read it. I just got it here. Let's get it right here. 703-683-5905. Mark Hulbert, say hi from us. I'm sure he'll be very accommodating to you. All right, let's go.
All right, to New York for our next question. Charlene, welcome.
Well, hello, yes. A while back you talked about annuities and being able to roll over. That's something I don't understand too well. And can we do it with all annuities?
Good question.
Okay.
Good one, okay. It's called, the answer is most annuities. I would never say all because there are 7,500,000 annuities, Charlene, but I will tell you, it's called a 1031 exchange, and that simply means if you feel uncomfortable, having called Weiss Research or Standard & Poor's or AM Best, if you feel uncomfortable with the financial stability of the insurance company, don't forget an annuity is a contract with an insurance company. If you feel uncomfortable, you may choose to effect a 1031 exchange, which means there is no taxable event. You are going from one annuity in one company to an annuity in another company. and you may check. You can either talk with the insurance agent that sold it to you, but more realistically, to the insurance agent or the annuity salesperson from the other company. 1031 exchange.
But be advised of the fact, Charlene, that anytime you affect this rollover, this 1035 exchange, although you're saving yourself any taxes by not touching the money, you may be starting a whole new round of commissions.
That's right. And here again, we don't. You shouldn't do it indiscriminately, Charlene, but if you feel uncomfortable that the performance has not been very good, you feel you've read in the newspaper that the insurance company has a problem, then what I would suggest you do is take a look at the 1031. That's a very good point, though, Daria.
Yeah.
And nothing's for free.
Nothing's for free, and along with commissions going into the new annuity, if you haven't been with the older annuity long enough, there may be other withdrawal penalties from that particular product as well. One quick word of warning to many of you out there. There are some people, as there are in any industry, there's always a couple of bad apples that are taking people's fears over a whole bunch of bad news that has come out of the insurance industry of late to tell people that good companies that they have life insurance policies and annuities with are now bad companies and you need to change. Yeah. Don't take anybody's word on face value. Check the ratings.
Good question, Charlene. Do you know how to file a tax return that won't be any problem?
Or in other words, an audit-proof, penalty-proof, IRS-proof return.
There's a lot of proofs there. Join us tomorrow for the Inside Track. 100 proof. Inside Track on dealing with the IRS and winning. That'll be tomorrow here on Smart Money.
Bye-bye.
So long, everybody.
And follow.
Well, as you know, we have a little snack coming up in this half hour.
I know, you can't wait.
I can't wait.
But the diet,
The
don't
diet's
forget,
been going on.
Don't forget.
I had to break down this weekend. The okra was frying, and I had no choice. And what a way to go.
Fried okra.
food.
Yeah,
Welcome back
bad.
to The Real Story. I'm Boyd Madison.
And I'm Cassandra Clayton. And if you need a little spice in your life, you can get some tonight with food consultant Clark Wolf. He's got some recipes your mom didn't tell you about.
Fried okra's not one of them. And topless dancers, something else your mom warned you about. Should they be outlawed? We'll meet a few women who say it's their constitutional right to bear all.
But first, we all have contact with the outside world and with people around us through our senses. But what if the sensory information we received was distorted and incorrect? What if we started to hear sounds and voices
for its content? For video cassette information about this program, please call this toll-free number.
In an attempt to jumpstart the economy. With interest rates on mortgage loans down, mortgages are more available and buying a home is more affordable than it's been in 20 years. Since rates don't apply to new mortgages only, current homeowners can take advantage of the situation. But nothing this good lasts forever. The Real Story's personal finance editor, Stephen Pollan, joins us now to talk about the refinancing option, whether it's right for you, and if so, how you should go about it. Welcome, Stephen.
Good to be here.
Sounds like it's the logical thing to do. Why would not anyone refinance their mortgage right now if you can, unless you have one that's 25 years old and is lower than the current rates?
Some people are able, some people are not. There are two big advantages to refinancing today. One, it can improve your stream of income immeasurably. For instance, an 11% mortgage, which was the average about 3 years ago, at $100,000 for 30 years, cost about $952 a month. Today, that very same mortgage, which would be at about 8% fixed for 30 years, would be $734 a month, or a savings of $2,600 a year. One good reason for refinancing.
That says do it.
It's extraordinary. Another advantage, if you've got equity in your home, and you can go out and borrow that equity. In other words, refinance and take some money out. You can use that money to pay off high-interest loans that you might have.
Other loans besides the one on your house.
And if you're borrowing 8 and paying off something that you're paying 13% on, that makes a lot of sense. And in some instances, it could be tax deductible.
So what you could conceivably do is keep your payment the same, get more cash because you're taking an increased mortgage. You're getting to write off the same amount because you're still paying the same amount in interest rates.
That's correct, and you can get rid of high-interest debt. It's a good idea for most people.
I was talking to a neighbor who was looking at the mortgage, and they claimed that just checking around right now, they could take out a new loan and pay the same thing they're paying now, but pay off their house in 15
years instead of
30.
And that's true. The difference between 8% and 11% could be the difference between 15 years